was this. This is Car Town on Facebook, one of my favorite games to play. As you can see, I got about 8 mechanics, a couple of lovely and awesome vehicles, and this video is going to show you what I usually do on here. First thing I usually do is, after getting my daily bonus, I go to the car lot to see if any interesting cars have came. Like this, the 11 Ford Falcon XR6 UTE. Basically already got it. The Hurricane concept, expensive as crap, which doesn't seem that much seeing as how I got 1,000,000 coins, but that's besides the point. Oh wow, I didn't see this. The 70 Renault Alpine A110. Classic vehicle. Basically, as you can see, these dots are like numbers of pages of how much there is cars currently, and some are worth blue coins and some are actually worth coins that you earn in the game. The blue coin system is pretty worked out. Like for $10 you can get 100, and from time to time Cartown will just, give you blue coins, whether it be 50, 10, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Either way, the fact is, I go in here from time to time looking for a vehicle. Like, look at this. It's a Pagani Huria. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm not very sure, but it's a check-in thing. And what check-in thing is, you got to go in a number of days and move up this list. You miss a day, you go back. And really, I just think that you just pay 1,750,000 when you just get to the end of the day. And a lot of these cars ain't really that hard to buy. They're easy to purchase, and some of them can pretty much be tricked out. Some of them, not all of them. As you can see right here, we got the Prius family. I'm not really much on Prius. It's just a little loss for me with Toyota and everything. However, everything else I pretty much bought. The lovely cars in this game. If you don't know already, cars are basically my passion in life. I mean, my life just goes around it, and I love almost everything about cars when it comes down to basic. Oh, another Prius. But with cars, it really suits me. But I'm gonna go with this. This is I might go with this Datsun 240Z. I don't really know. It's not really my favorite model. It's not bad, but it's technically not my favorite. Still looking around. Most of these cars you probably don't know, but in the longest time that I've been playing this, I've actually purchased most of these cars. Now, some cars don't always stay with us. Like for example, this one. It's got a limited inventory, along with these little clock signs on them. It basically means that as soon as that inventory runs out, it's gonna be gone for a good while. What I don't understand is they got limited inventory on them, but there's nothing that says limited inventory. I actually got this car and this one. I once bought literally 500 blue coins, and this was the first thing I got. Although back then it was probably 300. I don't really know. This one I got from a gold mystery box, if I'm correct. Either way, still don't understand why it says that. But basically, when it comes to cars, I look through everything. I've been through this list who knows how many times in my whole Cartown career. But as it goes, I just love cars. There's nothing that's going to separate me from loving them. I mean, I could purchase this. It's a McLaren. It's class is star, which means upgrades are going to be like excruciating expensive. But I just go for cars like this. This is part of a Corvette collection. It's 151,000, which would put me back to 1,000,000, which means upgrading it will take some time. Whereas if I get this, I could probably upgrade it in one fell swoop and then be done with it. So let's just go for it. Get this Datsun. Now, if you don't know, I just basically put the cars in the middle as to signify that I, have it, that I'm going to work on it. One of the first many things I do is I go to Customize, and I look to see what could possibly look good on it. I usually just look at body, no body modifications here. I go to suspension. I mostly just lower them. Sometimes I don't, depending on the type of car. If it's a car that is like a truck, never mind. I slam those trucks down because it looks natural. But I basically go through all of this. And as you can see, I go through rims. I don't really like the rims it's got. So we're going to change that. Now there are many rims, and a lot of them look good. Some of them will be expensive and look good, but some of the low prices even look good. I mean, look at that. I mean, you know. I mean, a lot of these look good. Let's go for this one. Ah, yes. And you can choose the size. You can go to extra small, which is there. Small, which will lift the car up. Or you can go to this monster right here. Yeah. I don't usually go for that. Usually it's going to look big because I haven't, messed with the tire a little bit. Which then after messing with the rims, I go to tire because, well, one, cars don't need to be lifted like that. And I look at all sorts of tires, like what looks good, like, oh, that does look good. Tall. Oh, that looks pretty good too. And I go with it. And if there's anything in storage, I basically just, clear it out. Get rid of them. Get a little bit of extra cash from them. Do that. Trash you. And then I go back in here and I basically look at paint. Orange. I might keep it like that. I don't really know. I don't have a lot of orange cars, to be honest, so but I'm basically just getting started. Now, we got this here, which is performance. And performance is something that is basically raises this. This, I think, is basically like how much horsepower you're putting in. That's what I call it anyway. I like the horsepower thing. Pushing out 255 horses. So I go down here. These you don't need to worry about. They're just like custom parts that you can add, such as headers, clutches, struts, turbo. It's not loading, which it needs to. Alright, here we go. Now we're getting some response, sort of. Go away. As you can see here, we got prices relatively low compared to my amount. Very low. 130, that's really nothing compared. That's just going to affect this area. Which, if low enough, it'll start affecting this area. But once you basically get when you're first starting out, every little cent counts. It's became pocket change to me. And as you can see, the prices increase. They sometimes double, sometimes they don't, depending on the car. Usually, I don't really know. I just pretty much buy and upgrade everything, which I can just do right here. Now, the last upgrades, they're going to basically go to blue coin value. Basically, it's irritating, really. I mean, they never had this. They had, like, up to upgrades 4, and that was it. But then they added 5 for blue coins, which gives you, like, plus 20 up here. You can see as that's increasing. Weight reduction. Gotta trim down on everything. Basics to any, car racing game. And as you can see, the Datsun is now fully mod, sort of. Now, this is just installation parts, like, things that I could have. But the thing is, when it comes to parts, you gotta have the ones that's made for Japan. Other than that, there are some parts that are basic universal, which you can use for anything. So far, I got no parts for Japan, so we're basically done with that. Now, this was basically my first car on Cartown. Well, actually, it was Pinto, to be honest. But since everybody starts out with that car, I don't consider it my first car. This was my first car, a 2010 Honda Accord. As you can see, it literally had body modifications. I went through every single one. I could change it at any time. Just change the body kit and everything, which I never really liked that body kit, so I never installed it. That's why I went with, that one. It's saying I got something in here. What does it say? But it's got neons, window tint, a basic racing stripe with a carbon fiber look. It's not actually a carbon fiber hood, it's just like a picture. A perfect one at that. Which is amazing. And basically these are all my cars. But I actually have 2 floors to my garage, so I'm going to go to the second one. The second one's going to take time to load because, yeah, I have a lot of cars in it, basically as a setup. Okay, well that took longer than expected. But anyway, here's basically the second floor of the garage. I set it up as a basic drag strip, as you can see right here, two NSXs, Acura NSXs, racing. I got cars lined up of who's up next to race, and basic spectators in cars. I even got some of the Fast and Furious cars, like Hans RX-7, Brian's Eclipse, Sean's Mustang, you know, things like that. And really, the basic fact of this is that when it comes to cars, it's customized. Dang it, I hit the horn. It's basic customization. Anyway, just shut Rusty up. We're gonna try a race. Probably not gonna work out too well, but let's basically just roll right into it. Probably not gonna work out much. That's 1363. I only got up to 1267, which literally is my Veneno, my Lamborghini, which I've only got like half upgrades in it because all of upgrades would be in 200 over 200,000 is way too much. Let's start this. I'm probably gonna end up fouling. Oh, good. I knew it. I knew it. And I basically lose every freaking time. I mean, how do I even beat that? I mean, come on.